Hey everybody! It is officially the 7th day of transforming the belief that I am unimportant to being the most important in the room. And not necessarily to other people, but to myself. This was really a process of reclaiming back my worth and my authority. And oh my gosh, I didn't even know what to expect when I started this, but we have gotten beautiful results. This whole month has just felt so delicious. It has felt so delicious. There's something in my eye. We're going to be diving into the belief, where it stems from, how I got over it, and all that good stuff. So let's get into it. Recently, within these past couple months, I have lost 3 core relationships that were kind of like the biggest ones in my life. Not that they were the most important, but they were like the people that I spent the most time around and time talking to. So I lost those, and I really started reflecting on myself because I was like, okay, 3 people now have left me and told me I'm the problem. So where am I?
Is it me?
Like,
am I the drama? I
I'm
don't
the
think
problem.
I'm the
Like,
drama.
how am I really doing this? It all came down to my belief system, and I already knew that I had a belief that people don't stay, but it was just being affirmed, and it was so crazy. So one was a roommate, one was a friend, and one was a partner, like a lover. I was looking at the relationship, seeing where I fell. It really came down to me performing, me needing validation, me being insecure. I chose these relationships out of lack. Didn't realize that until I really started reflecting, and I couldn't have reflected unless I lost them. So really, it was a gift. Honestly, it was really a gift, and I don't feel any bad way towards these people or bad that I lost them in my life, because I know that it's just up leveling me, and I can feel that. I can feel that, and I can see that. So I'm very grateful that I lost these people, because it taught me so much about myself, and it's given me such a bigger perspective on my authority and who I am and how my brain works when it comes to relationships. I was programmed to choose relationships out of insecurity, shame, and lack. And what this looks like is performing for love. It really looks like being low maintenance, avoiding conflict, shape shifting to kind of match the personality of the people around me, over explain myself or don't explain myself at all and just withdraw from them, and being hyper vigilant. Oh my gosh. I was constantly trying to read people and scanning for any shift in their demeanors, any shift in their tones towards me, and I would just go crazy. I would go crazy with that. Let's say I made plans with one of them and that plan fell through. My whole mind would be like, they don't care about you. They obviously don't prioritize you. Like, you should not be sharing yourself with this person because they're gonna leave you. Like, they don't even like you. And I would just create a whole story and run with it and treat this person according to whatever I believed, instead of just talking it out with them. And the thing was, like, I was too scared to talk it out because I didn't want them to leave, which is crazy because no matter what, they were gonna leave because they weren't truly like an authentic match for me. At that point they were, but like who I truly am, no. Once I learned who I truly am through them, they were never supposed to be in my life. They were never meant to be in my life after that. It has been an emotional ride. Of course, I've wanted to text some of them and just have a conversation and, you know, kind of affirm the belief that I'm important. Like, affirm that I'm important. Like, I looked into them to show me that I was important, to show me where I was going in life. And you can't do that. You will literally never be happy if you do that. So, yeah, and it was so weird. It's very weird looking back at it now, because like when I was going through it, I was like, yeah, these are my people. Like, I hope they don't leave. And now that like they've gone, I'm like, wow, like these were really not my people, and I was forcing things just so I could be loved. And the only person that you really need love from is yourself. That's the only way to attract the right people. Let's get into how I shifted this belief, because I didn't even know how I was going to do this. I just started a 7-day series, and now I'm at the end of it and I'm like, wow. Days 1 through 3, I really was just looking at my belief. Like, what is the belief that stemmed from each situation? So one person, they did not like me. Another person, they wanted to control me. And another person, they felt like I wasn't putting enough effort in. I looked at where I saw this in myself. Where did I not like myself and how I was showing up? Where did I want someone else to control me? Or where did I have too much control? And where did I make myself feel unimportant? These first couple of days were difficult. You know, it's hard to really look at yourself and face that reality, face that truth, and be like, oh, I'm not perfect. After you get the grasp on your beliefs and where they sit within yourself and your relationship to these beliefs, you're able to transform them, because everything in life can be transformed. I always say it, your pain is your greatest power. Your pain is your greatest power. I mean, your joy is too, but a lot of the times we suppress our pain. So when we're able to like not suppress it and face it and transmute it, it's like so powerful, because you've been pushing it down for so long. And once that pressure is released, it's like, you know? So that was great. Some things that I actually like physically did besides looking at my beliefs, then I started EFT tapping. I don't actually know what it stands for in this moment. I'll put that somewhere in this video. But it's basically tapping your heart. I mean, tapping places on your body and affirming specific beliefs, confronting certain fears, acknowledging yourself. And what tapping does, it interrupts your brain wave pattern, I want to say, or just your thinking pattern. It interrupts that, and you're able to integrate different thoughts and beliefs. Then I stopped blaming other people. I definitely did not see this as them trying to hurt me or like their fault, you know. I think if anything, they blamed me, but I'm not a big blamer. Like, I know that life is a game, life is a reflection. If you're on this video, you probably know that too. But I stopped blaming. I stopped being angry at them. I looked at my anger and I was like, you know what? We're both having completely different experiences, you know, based on the lives that we've had and the ways that we've been programmed. And everybody is valid to have their own thoughts and beliefs. Who am I to choose if they don't want to be rooted in love, if they don't want to look at themselves? Like, who am I to be mad at them for that or say that they have to do that? Nobody has to do that. It is definitely a choice. And yeah, so stopping blaming people was really big for me, which is always going to be hard, you know, because you feel like when you don't understand something, anger is probably the first emotion you go to, anger and sadness. So yeah, I don't know, that was just kind of another thing that really helped me to neutralize the energy that I felt around them, because they're playing their part in this world. So all I can do is try to understand and release them with love. Another thing that I really focused on was diving into myself, my goals, my passions. I've always had goals and dreams and visions and passions, but I never really dived into them that deeply. It's when you're living on top of somebody and when you have friendships that have always worked a specific way, it's easy to kind of like push yourself to the side and like not focus so much on what needs to happen. So with all of them gone, it gave me a chance to really dive into what I need to do for my goals and my visions. Whew. Yeah, so diving into my goals and visions and creating plans for the things that I need to do. I really just wanted to ground more into my creativity. So I spent each day, you know, making videos and coming up with ideas on how to transform, how to change, how to build myself and also build my brand. I think this was like so important and pivotal because I don't think I ever would have really done this, or it would have taken me a lot longer to do this with these people in my life, just because I was so used to old systems and the way that that was working, and I didn't really see any new ways out of it. I definitely took a look at how I was showing up to other people and how I showed up in their lives. And I think that's so important because these people had a problem, so maybe I'm lacking in these other people's as well. And they don't take things as personally, or they don't take it as serious. Like, there's not as much pressure. But again, like, I want to show up as well as I can and make sure that I'm building a tight-knit community. So I definitely took these things into consideration and started pouring them into the people that I already do have in my life, and I've seen already a drastic amount of change. I think that especially within myself, like feeling safer within myself, I think I held back a lot in old relationships because I was scared to show up as me fully. Now that I see that, I'm able to show up in these person's lives more fully and more authentically me. I started sharing more instead of distancing. I realized I distanced a lot when I had issues. If you did something that I didn't like or made me feel sad, I probably wouldn't speak up right away. I would just like stop giving my energy to you. Now I've been sharing more about how I feel and where I'm at, and just kind of anything that rubs me the wrong way. I've been speaking up more about that because it's really not about this person doing something wrong, but about me being comfortable enough to express who I am and what I need. Lastly, I have been super consistent with myself, with my grounding practices, with my content, with my channel, with my friends, with my family. I've just been being more consistent and committed to myself and showing up as authentically me. So I think that has just been so crazy. It has been a crazy week. Let me tell you that. It has been a crazy week. Also, I had dreams that were affirming the changes that were happening. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. I think I'll have a video on my shorts about it. But I did have a crazy dream that was affirming the changes that I was making in my life. And you cannot make it up. But yeah, that was how I transformed my belief of being unimportant to being the most important in the room. And I really hope you guys stick with me on this journey, because I'm going to be diving into more ways to shift your beliefs and just kind of build that inner authority back up and express them. So yeah, I hope you guys learned a little something from this. If not, I hope you're entertained hearing about my life and how I am choosing to go about it. Stay true, stay authentic, stay honest, and stay loved.